Hello, YouTubers. This is the noobifier. This is part 2, the second installment of a new series that I would like to explore. I still have many people asking me what I thought about the disastrous live stream. And since yesterday we did have new content, it would have been nice if the disastrous live stream wasn't published and that we had what we had yesterday earlier. But anyways, so people want to know, am I still covering Star Citizen and all this other stuff, what my thoughts are. The game is at risk of losing its support and its funding. So we discuss what will it take to kill the funding by asking several other community members with a different range of investment and interest. This is a podcast, or it's better listened to rather than watching. The video component of the video is not as important as listening. So driving home from work, turn it on, listen, and enjoy. We're going to introduce someone that everyone in chat knows, but for the sake of the content, I'm going to basically say TV Liquid, Star Citizen fan and Star Citizen content creator. We've both been here since the beginning, and we both want the game to be successful. This isn't dogpiling or anything like that. If something comes out negative, it comes from a positive perspective. It comes from creation of change rather than that. So yes, you're going to Manchester, which is kind of cool. I wanted to get different people's perspective in this kind of series, and it wasn't really supposed to be a series, but one person suggested that it become a series. So you're going to Manchester to be part of the Special Squadron 42 release party. And so there's a question about that later on in the thing. But what I wanted to dip our feet into with first was basically the investment, which we all know is the ships. So have your habits of purchasing ships changed, and or are you just happy with the fleet at the moment? What's it going to take for you to buy more ships? And or would you ever consider selling off ships other than for the fact of making room in your hangar for more ships? Right?
Oh, thanks for the question. I do want to go back quickly to the Manchester thing. I'm glad you're like prefacing that because there's a whole bunch of drama over it. Of course. I am literally just going because I was invited, and I want to see it. I want to hang out with the people.
It's always good.
Yeah, it's like, not.
If anyone's ever not gone, if you go, it's a completely different experience when you're there, and everyone 100%. Is on board. Yep. Everyone's drinking and having a good time in the evenings, and everyone's meeting up for lunch, and it's just, it's more. The sum is more than the whole, I suppose, is the way to explain that.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be like a once in a lifetime experience. You know, we're going to go and check out, hopefully, Squadron 42. I really don't know what the event is entailing.
Well, they didn't announce.
They didn't announce anything,
that it was Squadron 42, but they didn't say what.
Yeah, it's Squadron, but what is it with Squadron?
Maybe you'll get to play the demo.
Yeah, so hopefully, I'm hoping that it's a good experience, and I hope that we learn more soon. So I just, from that perspective,
it's important
to say that. I know we're going to touch.
Sure.
So in terms of my like backer trajectory and like spending and all that you just asked, so for me, I am technically wing commander, so I don't have $100,000 into the game. But I do have about 10,000. But my ship fleet is probably worth like $1,000. Most of the spend has gone back to the community and back to the
So your melt value is about $1,000.
Yeah, it's not very high. And I think that's an important caveat because for me, I was getting income from Twitch, and it would just go back into the ships.
Right.
The content would be fueled by that.
I did something similar. I think my account's worth $80,000, but it has a melt value of like $5.
Right. Exactly. I think you divested most of your ships,
and it wasn't. It was just done through giveaways. Just to be fair. It wasn't just me pumping and dumping so I could buy stuff like other stuff. It was literally purchased by Patreon and the community, so it was given back to the community.
Yeah, you had some really good buys come through on that.
That was pretty fun, and lots of support too. It wasn't me; it was support, right? Like it was people liked what I was doing, and that was good.
So same thing. My Twitch channel spend or my CIG account spend is the community,
right?
And yes, I have a couple of ships, and I have a couple of paints, and I have this. But I canceled my sub a few years ago. I haven't purchased any new ships in probably a few years now, a couple of years. I've done a tiny little upgrades.
But you have a fleet that you can stream with.
Right. So I have a fleet that I can stream with.
And sometimes CIG will provide you
CIG provides me with
something
ships,
to play with.
So I'm in their content creator program.
Right.
Kind of an official, unofficial program.
Right.
So we get access to ships, when things launch, so I don't need an Imperator sub for that.
Right.
And we get giveaway ships now. But back in the day, we didn't get giveaway ships. So this is fairly new within the last few years. It's probably part of the reason why my spend is
Super helpful. Right.
But would I
to.
divest my ships? Would I get rid of them?
Yeah.
No, I'm not at a point where I'm like,
it's not a sinking. It's not a sinking ship.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't have a sunk cost fallacy on it. I've spent the money. I've enjoyed the time that I've played with all my ships.
Right. It's invested
for the most part.
Sure.
I don't know if it's an investment, but
no, but I'm saying it is invested already.
Yes,
I mean to say
it's vested.
Yeah,
yes, I would say it's vested.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had fun so far, and I continue to have fun.
Right.
With ships and stuff. So that's basically the status of my ship. Was there more to that question?
No, it was just it was a follow up because I asked the same question to the last group, the Carbon Tails.
Yes.
And from my opinion, if anyone was going to start looking at divesting or thinning out because of the quantity that they have, but not to my surprise. Like I wasn't surprised, but other people may have been surprised to say, "Well, wow, these people are really sticking around." And it's understandable if you know them, then you understand that's why. But it was just I wanted to ask the same question, and it kind of had a feeling that your fleet was not expansive based on that because we donate our time rather than our money. I always thought I could do more for the Star Citizen development by making a video that gets 100,000 views on a thing or covering development because not everyone wants to see a 2-hour-long live stream, but they may want to see a breakdown of it.
Yep.
So again, I think that's probably how we met. And then we found out we're super close to each other, which is also really funny.
That was wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, wait, same town. But no, that was pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is ask the next question, which is effectively 14 years after Kickstart, original Kickstart. You weren't there. You came in like 2015 or something.
Yeah, my initial backing was 2014, I believe. Yeah.
But you would have gone back and watched all the Kickstarter material and got into the hype and stuff like that. So that was around the time where Ben Lesnick and all these guys were creating tech documents. I also think Benoit was just starting to get there, and it was like okay, Chris has a vision, but what are we gonna? How is that gonna happen? What is the left and right post for how that's gonna work? So we got like Death of a Spaceman, we got the medical gameplay, the mining, and all this other stuff, and then inevitably. That sounds good, and you could argue that that's what a lot of people backed for. And then they come out, for example, with salvage, which is stripping beam, and then a building beam,
lots of beams,
a medical beam, and then a mining beam, and like you're just like, is this? Do you think that that's altering your enjoyment of the game, or do you feel that's basically let's put it positive? Do you think that that's a workable solution, and do you think it's good enough? Or would you rather leading question, invest another 10 years to fix the beams? Like it's kind of at that point.
So one of the things that kind of annoys me with the production of this game is everything is like tier 1 or tier 0. So we get beams, we get, basic.
It's all alpha.
Yeah, it's all alpha. We get a basic, game loop, and then it's seemingly kind of like abandoned.
Yes.
So I would love for those things to be developed further. Obviously,
you still have hope, is what you're saying, because they could fix it in the future. They can fix it after 1.0, and they have threatened to do that. They've said, "Oh, don't worry, this is just like the get through the door."
Everything is like tier 0. So
yeah,
that's okay. I get you're in alpha state. You want to give your features and polish them after, but
yeah,
I came in around 2014, but I really started focusing around 3.0. It's kind of when I came in. I played a little bit of 2.6, and I feel like they still haven't found the direction of what they want to finalize in the game. So we're like trying to do mining, we're trying to do salvaging, we're trying to do all these game loops, and we're trying to please everybody.
A live service, it has to be there.
It has to be a live service, and I think we're just trying. I think we're trying to please everybody because if you please everybody, everybody's going to send you money.
And money pays the bills.
And money pays the bills.
So it's the devil's, it's bad because you've basically the way that it started was that.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, we are armchair developers. I'm not.
I'm not a developer.
I don't work at CIG.
I'm literally a casual gamer that just streams and plays.
It just sucks because when you like the thing that really got me was the physicalized Newtonian flight model.
Yes.
Like when you lose a wing and your ship flies weird and you have to deal with it. But it's not that it's BS. It's because the ship lost a wing and the calculation changed. That was like, of course, why hasn't it been like that all the time? Or why aren't all games like that? And he was talking about physicalized individual bullets being done. And I'm like, what an insanely correct concept. And then you later find out that they're starting to, when they did the atmospheric flight model, they're just kind of adding variables to the thing. They're not actually calculating it. And I'm going to sound like really weird, like, why can't it be like that? Why don't we have day-night cycles, what actual orbit and all this other stuff? And the guy's like, well, we can add that so that when you quantum somewhere, it's longer in February than it is in May.
Because of the distances.
Because of the distances. Yeah. And I'm like, but do we need that? I mean, that's a flex, but do I need Kerbal?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, do we need it at this point as well?
And was it worth the 8 years of development? So that's I guess that's where we're going. There's a new trailer that I saw for a cyberpunk style looking game today. That came out. It's supposed to come out like this year. Never even heard of it, and it's probably very, very reduced compared to. And there was another thing that came out, Verse Project, and it's
I saw something on that.
It's so Star Citizen without. It's probably it's only it's a Soul system. Which is still large, especially if you consider that CIG is doing eighth or 10th universe size.
They're going full scale, I think. With
full scale Soul, which to me is like, it's still going to take 50 years to get to Pluto. So it was just kind of not disappointing, but it did underscore my fear that by the time we're going to get the thing that we wanted, someone else is going to build the thing better. And everyone's like, oh, well, like Bethesda came out and it's like, no, that's not the same. And then you got No Man's Sky, it's not the same. Hellion came out with Newtonian physics. But this new game has expanse level physics where if you're going to burn for 15 seconds this way, you have to spin around and burn 15 seconds the wrong way. So, I mean, that kind of sounds closer to what I originally backed, and it's just interesting. Obviously, I think if you're part of the community, you'd be stupid not to pre-order and play it, or maybe not pre-order it, but play it after. Wait for it to come out to make sure. But it's 2027 is when that's coming out, and again, it kind of underscores or undermines undermines is the wrong word. Like, Star Citizen people like Eve because of its complexity, and Star Citizen people liked ED because ED came out. It's like a playable game. So I think it's like distractions while we're waiting for the thing we want.
Star Citizen people like No Man's Sky.
Right.
Like that's the thing. We like so many different kinds of games. I'm not an Eve guy, but I love, I love Sky and all that stuff. So
don't want spreadsheets.
No, I'm not a spreadsheet guy.
So basically, I think we've answered is it becoming the game you wanted to play?
Is it becoming the game I want to play?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're currently
you
playing
mentioned you backed because of like the Newtonian physics initially and all that. Yeah. For me, I'm probably one of those. It's the wonder of the exploration of the, what this thing is making me feel that I want. And I think that's a lot of backers as well. It's kind of the living in space, living and breathing in space.
Right.
For me, exploration was kind of what I wanted the most out of it, but we don't really have much for exploration. Like,
you can go explore.
Yeah.
You're just nothing.
There's nothing to see.
Right. Yet.
So for me, I'm excited for Planet Tech V5, for Genesis and Starcitect and all that stuff. But like, am I just giving my hopes up? Like, what is that going to look like? We're going to know hopefully soon enough. But that is like my main thing. And
then for me, something that we discussed on the last one, the thing I really liked is first-person shooter and good hit registration and this kind of stuff. And that and MMO is possible as long as it's instanced in a geographic area, but now we're doing global instancing. So my concern is that what we see on your stream when you're playing and you're like mag change and then you have to push it again because it didn't change, or you have to lead the target, or you have to shoot extra bullets just 100%. To be sure. Like, you see the hit registration says click, 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 and it says that the guy's dead, but then you're just like, I'm going to mag dump.
And then he appears in front of me and kills me.
Mag dump, right. Like, or go knife him just to be sure. So all of that is server issues. And, we can always say like, yes, subsumption is dead, but now we've got like instancing and all this, these things, the handshakes and everything. It is, I don't think anyone at CIG has ever said it's finished, right?
No.
But 14 years, we'd like to think that at least
It's getting close.
that one thing is going to work, right?
We would like to see it getting close. Right. And I like that you brought FPS into this, because anybody who, watches my stream at any time, they know that I go do these missions, and instead of shooting from my ship or dropping a bomb and completing the mission, I like to go on the ground and do it.
Kill the 45 dogs.
But I'm under no illusion that the AI is horrendous.
Right.
It's terrible. But I like being on the ground, because if I end up on the ground and then people are in the sky fighting, so if we go into hot PvP areas or something like that, it is incredible to watch. Like you see space battle, an atmospheric battle happening on top of you. And then there's people on the ground doing stuff. So there's so many elements that if they all just worked, and sometimes they do work fairly well together, and then there's no other experience like that. And I think that's the kind of dream and the hope that people, including myself, are kind of holding on to, and hoping that one day we will get the theaters of war.
Yeah,
that type of experience in there. So that keeps me hooked, and I kind of seek those things out. Like this recent patch has been pretty rough overall. I've been hanging out in Pyro. It's not been as bad. I don't do cargo. I don't do these things. I like to just do random stuff. So for me, like just being able to explore and see these things happen more organically and not necessarily scripted, it's fun. I don't know what to expect. So that's kind of my draw to SC.
Did you ever play Crysis?
I didn't have a PC that would run Crysis at the time.
And if you go play it now, you'd be like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Crysis.
The point was, Crysis was the first game that actually had believable water. It had swimming in the engine. Yep. It had AI that would really screw you up because they would pin you, and then two guys would go and you get shot from the back. You're like, wow. And the destruction was crazy. Like you could take a tree and shoot at it, and the top of the tree would fall over. It would become its own sprite and fall over. And then you could shoot that into logs. You could shoot a chicken and it would become feathers, and the feathers would stay. You could pick up a chicken and throw it. Like, so when my problem, it's not Chris's problem, is that I'd played Crysis. And then I'm like, Crysis, okay, it's good engine, Crytek. It's going to be a good engine and a good starting point. So I assumed it automatically has chickens you can throw and swimming and destruction and all of that. And it's that was my fault for assuming that the engine would be able to automatically do the things, some of the things that we're still trying to get back, which is swimming. But obviously you can't just take, a 24 by 24 map and convert it into a universe and expect everything to work. So that I am not naive, but
those are probably all things that worked really well in a single player environment.
Right. And then I was like, it's supposed to come out 2026 or 2016, and then now we're 2026, and it's still like that really sucked. When I think one of the YouTubers posted up a video from, like 2016, Star Citizen's coming out. It's like the Answer the Call. Yeah. And I'm like, am I crazy? Like, anyways.
Well, even at the end of your last video, you put
that one. Yeah. That one is also hurtful because it's like 8 years ago it's coming out, and you're like,
the confidence you had in your voice on that was You look at it, then you're like, this makes sense because they're telling us all these things.
It's already been delayed 5 times, so of course it's coming out.
Absolutely. Wow. So that's why, like, we're like, okay, when we talk about Squadron, we're like, okay, it's supposed to come out this year, but I mean, they've said this so many times. Yeah. Now I actually do. Genuinely think that it's coming
out this time.
Because they're starting a little bit of a very minor marketing thing by getting.
I held the line.
Yeah,
but I held the line was still 5 years.
And they're getting people to go there. So either they're getting people to go there to soften the blow that it's not coming out,
right? Or they're actually going to release it.
Yeah. So we'll know soon, like within weeks. We'll know, I think, and by weeks I could.
Weeks. Yes, and we will acknowledge. Hello, chat. We see you.
Absolutely. What's up, guys? We see you here. But
this is the confusion that the community in general has with regards to the why. And I think this is also the thing that other people from the outside witness, because they'll only see the mess ups and they'll be like, oh, these people are stupid automatically. It's a little bit more complex of a problem than that. So, aside from the Squadron 42 streamer event, which you're going to,
Yay.
funding information is in the description.
Yes.
please help out. So we don't have a Squadron 42 release. There's not going to be a sitcom this year, and then now there's a new event that's just recently come out. But basically, there was 2 interviews with Benoit, and then there was that live stream that was really not good.
Yes.
And all of that is supposed to be funded by the subscription money, which I stopped subscribing, you stopped subscribing, because we didn't feel that we were getting any more value out of that. And it's not to take away from the people who are doing it, but we're kind of confused as to why isn't there something to talk about if all of this activity is happening. So and then of course just yesterday we got the new event, or the new breakdown of Siege. And generally, the video seems to be well received. So I think it's got like 50,000 views. This is official CIG. And there was a narrative and a discussion, and theoretically something I could break down. But the problem is now when I go to do the breakdown, it's always like, this is stuff that we've heard 2 years ago. It's the same stuff. Or it seems like it. Anyways, so... what do you think about the current balance between what the development is happening and what the transparency is?
I think this year has been especially bad for transparency. Like just the amount of SELs we've had.
3?
Yeah, the amount of.
Yeah. 5.
And how many ship reviews or ship
ship launches?
Yeah,
I
ship
think
launches,
there were
right.
like 6.
So
yeah,
that's where,
when you plot it on a graph, it looks really bad.
I think that's where it's going. And don't get me wrong, I actually appreciate having the videos of the ships, because I can quickly digest it and it's there. But I think that should be supplementary to.
It shouldn't be the content.
It shouldn't be the content. It should be supplementary to the content and to talking to us about it, about the development. And especially this year, like there's been so much. Where is Squadron? Where are we with Squadron? You guys told us in 2024 that it's coming this year. Like we're already, what are we, August? We're going into September.
Yeah, the roadmap's also not reliable. There's like a bunch of stuff. So
transparency wise, not anybody's gonna be happy with it.
And still we have record funding.
Yes,
that's weird.
Well, we are rewarding them with that.
Yeah.
I don't think, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, I don't think this is going to change. I don't think the amount of mess ups on stream you can have.
The trajectory is pretty clear, and it has been clear.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the one point of this whole video series is, when is it going to stop? And it doesn't appear, no matter what, no matter who I speak to, or whatever happens live stream or in the media or something like that, it doesn't seem to be that this isn't going to become a $2 billion game. I understand the idea, like, oh, we shouldn't release it because Rockstar's coming out with their GTA 6, and we shouldn't release it because, this thing is coming out or whatever, it lacks polish, or Cyberpunk had a problem. Like in 2020, Cyberpunk had a rough release. Well, we were supposed to get Squadron then. So, like, we're talking now 6 years of polish.
Yep.
That thing better be immaculate. So
I think, and this might be my theory about like the funding, and if it's going to drop a little bit, I don't think it'll ever kill Star Citizen, but I do think that if Squadron launches, and it tanks and it's not good, then that will probably be a wake up call for a lot of people.
I want to quantify something.
Yes,
it can tank because it is broken and it's not good, or it can tank because it doesn't hit with the audience.
Yes.
And those of us that played Wing Commander expect this Star Citizen narrative-driven game where you watch a movie, you make a decision, and then you're in a turret, and you're like, pew, 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 and then you get out, you get to fly with Henry Cavill, and he saves your ass, and then you get out, and Mark Hamill slaps you across the face as wake up. All of this stuff, right? So if you like that type of game, that's fine, but I have become more accustomed to a game that is not on the rails, and it gives you... the worst thing a developer can do to a gamer is remove the game from the person, and through cutscenes and stuff like that. So again, I'm obviously going to play Squadron 42, no problem. I think everyone who's waiting for it, even if you were only waiting for PU, you're going to play Squadron 42 because it's content, it's what you can do. My concern is that through word of mouth, people are going to be like, wow, it's finally out and it's a 5.
Yeah.
Right? It's 5. Maybe wait until it comes out on torrents. so you can get an illegal copy of it.
I do not condone that, but
I don't think that you can actually get games on torrent anymore. But no, it's that's the biggest thing. And of course, we're all waiting for. I said it last time. As soon as that game comes out, whatever money is made, like if Q thought it was like 500 million, I think that's crazy. I think that's a lot of money.
I don't have that much knowledge in the game industry to tell you, but I really think that's an overblown amount for sure. Because a lot of the people,
even a Marvel movie doesn't.
Yeah, a lot of people who are going to play it have already bought it. I know they stopped selling it on the store a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and they're going to bring it back
in anticipation.
Even if it's $100. Yeah. Okay, so even if it's $100 a copy, that's going to stop people from buying it right away. A lot of people will probably say, "Come over to my house, and I already have it. Just play mine."
Yeah,
because it's whatever. It is. I think irrational to think that CIG could make. Now, again, who am I? I don't know. Maybe I'm not a game developer and I don't know these things. But I think this is the concern: is that everyone's gonna buy GTA 6 and then not have any money to buy Star Citizen or Squadron. And again, obviously they've done the mechanics and they've done the economics of it. But from my perspective, even if they make $100 million, that's still $100 million. So they have to give 42 back to that guy that donated, the backer, right? They owe him that. So let's say it makes $200 million. They're still going to get $150 million of revenue. And then what?
Squadron 42, Chapter 2.
Well, no, they can't, because what Chris has said is they're going to do is all guns go to PU and polish, and then they release that. But then is Squadron, or then the PU is a $50 starter ship. How is that going to be self-sustaining without more ships and without the current? You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not worried about it. I just, again, and they're always very surprising. CIG is very surprising. They'll always come up with something that I didn't think about, which is kind of interesting.
Scary too.
It's kind of weird, yeah, because I always see, like, I see A plus B equals C, and they're like, how about Z? You know?
They're very creative, and
didn't even
to open our wallets.
Didn't even think that one. So I think, so that's pretty much.
But yeah, I was thinking, like, if Squadron does okay, great. I think the funding will continue for SC the way it is. If it tanks, it'll probably get a lot of negative press. Like, they've actually worked for 15 years on a game and they couldn't deliver.
Right.
That's a bad headline.
Yeah.
And I don't think that'll bring
eyes
to the game.
Technically hasn't failed yet.
Nope, it hasn't technically failed yet.
Because they didn't release it yet.
They haven't released something that has failed or succeeded. They just haven't released anything.
That is a very comfortable... That's a very comfortable hole to be in.
It is a comfortable hole because you got your backers that are giving you money, and you've got the anticipation for the new game. Now, if the game does well, and these creators that have done recently negative opinion pieces on Star Citizen end up playing it, and they're like, you know what? Sure. They actually were able to deliver on the first promise or the first game that they made. Then we've got some positive press, then more eyes go on Star Citizen.
Well, this is where we get into that thing of, instead of, no offense to you, but instead of sending you to Manchester to see the game.
Yeah, you send the big guys.
Send media to there under no NDA, and they could say whatever they want, because then that's transparency. Not that you're not transparent. I expect you to be transparent.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that there are some other content creators that may go there and may get wrapped up into what we were talking about at the start.
Yeah.
Like I sat in 2016, I sat and watched the Planet Tech demo, and we did not get Squadron. We were supposed to get Squadron then.
Yeah.
Okay, 2016.
Yep.
And I didn't care, because what I saw and the amount of energy in the room, I saw it from a different perspective. I got home and read all the comments. People were devastated that there was no Squadron 42. And I even had to do a video that was like, I'm not worried. Yeah. Because I realized that most people didn't have the experience of being there. Now, was that, with hindsight, was that correct? Because I'm now worried. It's been 10 years. I should be worried. Yep. So it's kind of strange that way.
I like that point too of bringing independent media, and I think it's super important. I don't think it's ready for that. We've seen it before with Shroud coming in the game. Summit got addicted to StarCraft,
right?
For a little, Star Citizen for a little bit. I've been playing a bit of StarCraft lately.
Yeah, and even.
But they all left because they got frustrated, and Shroud really didn't like Star Citizen at all. But I don't think he was provided a really...
It's not sustainable. Yeah. And again, the streamers, I don't know what streamer gets $1,000 or 1,000 viewers a night.
In our category, there's
Yeah.
maybe one or two,
Yeah.
right? So like what I'm small fries, definitely, especially in the last few years. I've been streaming a little bit less, but
And I'm not saying that it's not possible, because there are events that people like, especially like the watch parties, but even like not to name names, but like if someone like Level Cap streams Battlefield, that's what people are there for.
Yeah.
And he also has a huge following for Star Citizen. I will put it to you that he won't get the numbers on an indie game on Star Citizen. It's not to sound negative, but it's like, we've been watching it for so long that I think that, like Soros used to get 500-600 during the day. Captain Richard used to be able to pull like 700-800 a night. And it's not that I think that
Rexzilla too.
Rexzilla,
Like
Rexzilla was good.
1,000. He was pulling in about
right. And then he just, because it's like, and I had a chance to talk with him, but I'm not going to talk about him specifically because he's not part of the community.
Right, yeah.
But like, I was closer to Soros, and I was closer, obviously, Captain Richard. Captain Richard said, I'm going to go do variety.
Yep.
And it's not that he didn't have love for Star Citizen. It's just that personal sacrifice. He saw that the community had exceeded. Had exceeded the community's capability to do what he wanted to do.
Yep.
And it's fun because as a variety streamer, he's got better numbers for a variety of whatever. And as a gamer, that's the best. When you can bring your community and they're there for you, not for the game that you're playing, the 100%. Title, that's really successful. And again, the nice thing is he can always come back to Star Citizen when it's released, right? So that's, or play it intermittently or something like that. So again, sad, we were all sad to see those content creators go away and new content creators came in, but it's understandable. It's almost like a love-hate relationship,
But also at one point, like if you're doing this full time, like I don't do this full time. Like I stream a few times a night.
It's difficult to pay the bills on.
Yeah, exactly. I think I did this full time when I was laid off at my last job.
Or COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah. Well, that's rough. But yeah. Anyways, so I stream full time for a little bit, but just for fun. At the end of the day, we're still job hunting, stuff like that. But if I was doing this full time,
you'd be under stress.
I would probably be stressed out of my mind, and I would want to kind of branch out and do other things and hope for exactly what you were saying.
And then when Jared stops making content weekly,
yeah,
you are even more stressed because half of the streamers will take Inside Star Citizen and they'll have a watch party. After they'll break it down, and their community are interested to know what you want to know or what you know about it. And it was the same thing. So we have the luxury that this isn't our job, but those of us that had said, I think Torque went and said, this is what I want to do for life.
Yes.
That's a commitment. And yes, you could always go back and get a job, but when you leave your job for streaming and you have to go get a job again, that would be a interesting one. Same thing with the Dark Law. All these guys have said, no, this is what I'm going to make my entire life on. And it sucks because when the company pulls away, and it's not the company's job to make your job. Okay, like that's not what I'm saying. Screw you, CIG, for screwing us all. It has nothing to do with that. This is all voluntary.
Yes.
But no, it sucks. I like to do breakdowns of the show weekly. It keeps me informed, and then it also keeps me engaged with the community, those types of things. But if it's going to be 2 hours of Benoit talking about something that he said 2 years ago, it sounds entitled. I'm not going to break it down. I was literally, taking notes or whatever, and I'm like, this sounds oddly familiar. And it's not. Again, if there's nothing to say, don't say it. And this is the problem that Jared has, is that there's a balance between saying the same stuff over and over again, which doesn't help, basically putting something out there just so people will be quiet, and making actual content. I find it impossible to believe that there's nothing new to talk about. We used to get the Foley guys, the sound guys, and all this other stuff. And then it started to become like mild spoilers. And you could argue, well, the Foley guys are basically building the Foley instead of the tools for the Foley. So what are we going to talk about? It'd still be nice if they just went through, let's say there's 10 different disciplines within Star Citizen, just even once every second week, just interview with the guy. And even if the guy says, well, nothing much has changed, I still think there's value in it.
Yes, I agree, because we have a constant flow of new people coming in as well. So
and then
the money is not all just coming from backers, like big whales. It's coming from new money.
Counterpoint is do we really want to get the Foley guy out of his office on Friday and put a microphone on him?
Is the Foley guy actually working on a Friday afternoon, though?
No, probably not. So, we understand. Yeah. And again, these guys are game developers. They may not be signing up to be in front of a camera. Yes. All of that, like I appreciate all of the ramifications. I'm not so stupid to think that I know everything.
You can't just pick random staff to do interviews, but also your media team could just educate themselves on those things and then
we also got very used to the transparency that we used to have.
It was very indie. Now it's very corporate like.
Yeah.
Very, very corporate like. And I think people are missing that too. Like they're missing.
Yeah. I said it last time. It's you had cream and now you're drinking milk and you're like, this is garbage. And milk is still good.
It's okay.
It's just not cream.
I have like 3 ounces of cream in my cup every morning.
What do you think about this lack of $1 billion note from Chris? It probably doesn't matter, right?
I don't care.
Right.
I don't.
Because it's just fluff at that point.
It's
it's something ChatGPT wrote.
At this point, maybe.
Yeah, right?
At this point,
100%.
maybe. I don't really care about the letters from the chairman. I've read some of them. It's fluff. It's marketing fluff. That's what it is.
And it always gets used by the other side.
It does, yeah. Everything he says, and rightfully so, don't get me wrong, right? Yeah. So everything he says is scrutinized. He could make a one-off joke and it would be
what did he actually mean?
Yeah, what did he actually mean? So that's one thing that's very interesting in this space is you can say, one throwaway line, and if it's on camera or it's on video, you're screwed. And that's fine. But no, I don't really care about the letter. It's marketing, but I do appreciate when they do come out. Then we can get a kind of an insight on the way they're thinking and where his head's at, and if he's actually happy with this. I really like the postmortems that they do on things. Those are more interesting to me than a fluff letter from Chris.
Yeah. So what I guess my takeaway from it was we used to get Chris pretty much every Inside Star Citizen. Either Sandy or Chris would be there infrequently. He did 10 for the chair, which was a really, really cool thing. And I understand he's busy. I get it. Like, I'm not saying that, whatever. But it was an interesting show. And I think that when we got less Chris, we have so much less Chris now that if he does come and do a video, we're like, well, here's the lip service. Yeah. Instead of before it felt like he genuinely cared. And I'm not saying that he doesn't genuinely care. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that optics, it's gotten to the point where we have so little of the thing that when we do get it, we question it. It's like if you throw steak to a dog and then you throw nothing to the dog and then you throw him a bad steak, or you could throw them the best steak. The dog's still going to sniff and go, should I be interested in this? It's the same thing. So letter from the chair for 1 billion, milestone, whatever. And they used to do little hanger flare. Like you would get a thing like a plaque for your hanger. That
I'll probably have a bunch of those.
And you're going to say, well, I'm going to convince a developer to work on the weekend to do this thing. We used to get a wreath for Christmas and all these things. Doesn't matter, but it does matter somehow to some people. It used to matter, and it's how the game was built. So that we now don't get those. It is important, or it's noticed.
I agree with that. And sometimes I find it strange when people say these things don't matter because you just pointed out, well, clearly it does.
It did.
It did, and it still does to an extent. The funding is there.
Right. People like to collect stuff.
They do.
As we found out
last week. Yes, we did. We found that out last week. I love the Carbon Tails. They're fantastic people. We got to meet them here.
2 feet in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming back next year.
Are they? Nice. Yeah.
NubaCon's not happening because there's no con. Actually, I should have a live party where I watch you at the live party. That would be fun.
I have no idea what's going to be happening. I'm going to tweet probably and keep people up to date on what's going on in Manchester, but I don't know. This was posted publicly. We have an NDA coming, and they have no video recording and stuff. But when I did the studio tour before at SitCon, and it was the same disclosure. It's don't take video in offices and in certain areas. So I really think and there was conversation with some creators about this, and I really don't think it's that deep. I think they're not restricting us necessarily to share with the community and everything. They're restricting us from taking videos of the people's offices and things like that, which totally makes sense. And I really don't think it's that deep. The
thing is though, you wouldn't risk. This is the thing. It's double Dutch. You wouldn't risk taking a picture of a developer's desk and publishing it anyways, because then you've just burned your entire thing. You've 5 10 years of invested in making content.
Like, what's the point? There's no point. And everything's going to come out anyways. So
right.
Yeah.
Are your windows up?
My car?
Yeah. Did you hear the thunder?
Was that thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. No.
Good.
I think my windows are up.
Good. If not, we have the shop vac.
The second part of the stream is going to be me shop vacuuming my car.
Running. Yeah. I'll video him vacuuming out his car. So it looks like we're going to be, are you good to continue?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So we got a couple more.
I was taking a quick peek at chat.
A couple more.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to be, it looks like we're still years away from the 1.0 launch, right? When we were in Manchester the last time, they showed us what they were planning to do for it. And I don't think that the time has officially changed. However, if you're going to move Squadron 42 by 2 years, it would make sense that you would assume that 1.0 is not coming out immediately after. It would be
We're so far from one.
very cool if they came out with Squadron 42, or if they said we're delaying Squadron 42 so that we have a viable 1.0 so that people who play this game can go try this game and get hooked. From a marketing perspective, that makes total sense. Based on what you just said, you don't think that's
I don't think
remotely
1.0 is
possible.
near. Yeah, I don't think it's near. What do we have from Sitcon? That was
So more importantly, what do we have from that video that I published 8 years ago?
I was counting the stuff that you were like, oh, we don't have this. Oh, we don't have that. We don't. Oh, we have this.
Yeah,
And it's like the most minor thing.
Push, pull, mag boots, swim. We do have Planet. Like, I think Planet Tech is very fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very, and again, that's foundational and core. I would say that
They're still working on foundational and core. Like, we're getting Planet Tech V5.
flight model.
I hope it's the last.
Is
Planet
flight
Tech.
model finished? Is hit registration good? Is the AI good? Like, I know it's not called subsumption anymore, but it's still the AI, and they're supposed to be like, oh, that room's on fire, I'm going to avoid it, and I'm going to do this. Or, instead of going at you with a gun, they can VTO. You can vent to outside, and just kill you that way.
That was in last year or in the Silicon video too, I think.
Right. And base building.
I think base building is very far away.
Yeah. And then, but crafting is, we'd say,
crafting is not fun. I don't know.
Rudimentary.
Yeah. It's very rudimentary. And I'll be honest with you, I've not crafted one thing because I just don't have time to go get all the materials. I don't think it's very fun in its current state. And it doesn't change anything in the game. Right. I'm still playing like I normally play.
Right.
Sure, I get, if you get a crafted weapon, it's a little bit more,
it's supposed to be a time grind. It's supposed to be something that someone does.
You dump your time into it. But I can't.
And if you go get the original document, the original document is the rarity and the quality, and you go find the special thing, and then you're that guy who knows how to get more out of it. Mm-hmm. So people come to you because your gun has more DPS than the other guy. So without hit registration, I don't think it matters, right? Like, this is the thing. Like, all of that sounds great in an MMO. Or even in a single player RPG game. Because example, same thing, Cyberpunk. You get a new crafting spec and you take gold material and you make a new gun and then you use the gun. Cool. And then you dump that gun and you go buy a new gun. And I literally think that's where it's going to be. I don't think that's going to be people iterating upon, like, polishing the crap out of their one gun. And then some guy comes and ganks you, steals your gun.
You can't steal your gun anymore.
Oh.
So that's another very questionable decision.
Risk reward. What happened to my permadeath?
Yeah, there's no that's probably one of the most frustrating things for me because I like doing FPS.
Yeah,
I remember being like
loot the corpse.
Yeah, I remember going to these PvP events like Hawthorne and stuff like that, where somebody would shoot me, take my gun, or I would run out of ammo.
Go get that person.
Or I run out of ammo and then I kill this dude and I've got like 3 bullets left in my gun. I'm like, shit, I don't have any ammo. I'm gonna steal his gun,
loot him,
and keep going. But you can't do that. It takes away so much from that part of the experience. Yeah.
Oh my God. So that kind of falls into the thing. So we're basically anything playable out is still okay with. So basically, the question I asked them last week was, would you rather them scale it back even further and release anything fast? But as it turns out, we all agreed that there's nothing, that the minimum viable is actually already the minimum. Like, the things that we're trying to get with 1.0 is actually the minimum because they're still core foundation. It's not like we're asking for like mining or something like that. We're asking for like NPCs, like playable frames, like all of it.
I want my gun to properly reload.
Right. So the year of polish is still 5 years of polish, 2 years of polish. Who knows? Whatever.
I've not putting
Again,
a date
and
on
everyone's
this game
all
anymore.
like, and then you can go back to the same things like, oh, Brian, don't worry about it. As soon as Squadron comes out, then everyone's going to be polishing the game. And I'm like, it's if you guys have ever tried carrying a corpse in a what do they call it? Am I stupid? Well, you put a dead body in. You put it in
Body
the ground.
bag?
No,
Stretcher?
the wooden box.
Oh, a coffin.
Coffin.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Sorry. Yes.
You can have 6 people carrying a coffin. You can have 12 people carrying a coffin.
Yes.
If you have 1,000 people carrying the coffin, it doesn't make the coffin move any faster, right?
Casket. Thank you.
Casket. So there is a limit. Chat, you're on fire today. Why do like?
Do we need more coffee?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man.
Cheers. So I guess the point of what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you could say, okay, all these people are going to stop making Squadron 42 and they're going to start making the PU.
Mm-hmm.
I could say back to you, Squadron 42 has been feature complete for the last 5 years. So why are these people not working on the PU already?
Why did it take 5 years to do that? So is it going to take 5 years?
What's the 1,000 people? What are they making? Caskets? The basement? Like, so I have a hard time. I'm skeptical, I guess is the thing, that as soon as Squadron comes out, it's going to be magical. And then you compound that with that we've been waiting for Squadron. I think the 2016 thing seemed believable, and then that one that Tony Z pumped out was like, oh, in 2018 it's going to come out 2020. I think we stopped listening to that, and now the last one that he said was announced. It's like this one I started to believe again, but then it's been goalposted again a bunch. Is it coming out in 2018 or 2028? Is it coming out in 2030? Like, when is Squadron going to come out? And then you can start a clock. I would say 2 years plus from when that game comes out, because it's going to be 6 months of bug fixing and
Yeah, because the game is not going to come out perfect.
Sure.
There's going to be bugs. That's normal. And
so then now I'm going to be 80.
Yeah.
Hence why people are divesting their ships.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, I agree.
The coffin one was a weird one. I needed to have that note earlier. That was awkward.
That's
Anyways.
fine. It's live, but you can edit it out.
I can definitely, I'll put a picture of a coffin floating over us while it's going, like confusion. Okay, so
Oh man.
we've kind of talked on this. Do you feel that they have FPS combat to a good point? Do you think that ship combat is to a point? Is that what you were expecting? And basically, are you still happy with the combat and the flight model, or is it?
We did touch on it a bit.
Yeah.
Like for FPS, like it's either all. Actually, Siege of Orison, that live stream showed us that it's not just server issues,
Right.
which we
It's core,
mostly thought about.
and that's bad.
It's core, so yeah, it's very bad. So if I need to, reload my gun or heal myself with a med pen or whatever it might be, like it should just work. That's core
At this point.
Yeah, at this point, like that stuff should just
Right. So I think that's where most of the hatred for the live stream came from.
yes.
Because the dev said it's going to work, and then
it
we're like, are you sure?
But here's the thing. How are we surprised about that? We were at CitizenCon 2 years ago,
Yeah, it blew
and fucking
blew
Squadron
up.
42
Yeah.
crashed in front of them. Like I don't know how to feel about that. Right?
Cyberpunk still crashes. It's like 6 years old and polished. So, and I have other games that crash too.
Yeah.
So that's not, and of course it's going to crash when it's on demo.
Absolutely, and that's 100% going to happen every time.
Yeah.
They could have played this, 10 times before the live stream. They probably didn't.
But
mind
it
you.
also crashed. The Planetary Tech demo crashed, which was pre-recorded, which is why it was pre-recorded, because they were recording it, and it shit. And then there was the one where he went into the satellite to retrieve. I think that was like 2 years later.
Oh yeah.
And he died.
Yeah.
Right, and they just restarted the game.
But I don't think we care about that
No, I
necessarily.
don't care about that.
It's when you set the expectation up front that this is the right experience.
If
and then
a guy
it's
can't
not.
reload a gun,
Yeah.
right? If the game crashes, that's fine. If a guy can't reload a gun, or AI is so stupid that they don't realize that you've moved, and they're still announcing,
Or AI kills you instantly because they have like hit reg, instant hit reg on you.
Right.
Boom, they got you. Of course, hit scan.
broken.
Yeah, it's busted. So for the state of FPS, I love doing FPS. I think the gunplay is fun when it works. Like I think it feels good. I think they've got that
How
down.
about compared to Half-Life? See, this is the thing. Like, see, there are expectations, right? If you had a guy who was used to that level of hit reg and you put him into this, he's gonna be like, this is busted, because you have the luxury of having seen how broken it is.
Hit
It's
reg
actually,
and desync aside,
Yeah.
I think the mechanics, the way it feels good.
Yeah.
When you're playing and everything is in ideal conditions, I feel that the gunplay is good.
What about the inventory and the
inventory?
grabbing? You've gotten used to it?
I got used to it, but I don't know how we're designing an inventory system this way, this day and age.
Or why?
Yeah, or why?
Why?
Like, let's just take something that works from most other games that exist. Steal it, skin it, just use it. I don't know why we have to reinvent everything.
So I think it has to do with the containers. Like, I think they wanted the scalable container. There was a demo back in like 2015 where some guy opened a box and put a gun in the box, and they closed the box, and then they put the box in another box, and the box in another box, and they put the box on a thing, and they moved the thing, and they opened all of it, and the gun was still there. Cool, bro.
Why?
Why do I need to see it in the box? Why can't I just have a list?
That's the
like
question.
So right.
I think a lot of their ambition is what has really stopped them from.
And that still isn't working.
Yeah.
And it's still, you still can't open the box.
You can't open the box. It just opens up your inventory screen.
It's getting back to my point.
Oh, man.
Right. And then you're like, well, how many years did someone try to polish this thing just to have it? Like Theaters of War, same thing. It was a playable, usable, and it never came out.
Didn't they play that at SitCon?
Yes.
Yeah, they did, right?
They had gotten Origin PC or something to supply like 50 computers so that everyone could play it. Captain Richard said he played it for like 30 minutes. It was a little buggy, but it worked.
Yeah.
I'm like, release that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care. Like, just release it. So that sucks.
But then we don't hear from it ever again.
And then the guy who was championing it left.
Sean Tracy?
Gone. Subsumption. Retired.
For flight combat, I think it's fine.
We've had 4 people work on that model.
Yeah.
John Pritchett, David.
I just wish they would.
Someone after David,
finalize
and then Yogi's been playing with it.
And what are we even getting in Squadron for?
It's probably on the rails locked. Like, it's probably its own. They should just take 2.6. I know I've said this before.
Yes.
Okay. Take 2.6, put it in the game. It's a single player game. Who cares? Is there going to be, do you think there will be co-op in, there was also an announcement that they're going to try to add co-op. This is a stretch goal.
In Squadron
42, that you and I, like, you could be doing a mission and I can log in and be your Henry Cavill. I can fly the thing. But then here's the thing. If I bugger off with my ship and don't support you, right? Because this is like sandbox.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it going to kick you back? Honestly, I didn't.
We're not getting into that. Like, that's another 10 years.
I didn't. Yeah. Because you know what they're going to do? They're just going to use the Star Citizen like networking garbage that they have, chuck it in there, and then we got another 20 years of that.
No.
Stuff.
So I agree that they won't be the same. It should be. The reason I was excited, I used to play Arena Commander. I was getting really good at flying, and I always thought that what I was learning were tools that I would need. When they came out with mining, I would learn mining. I'd be good, and my flight was good. My mining would be good. Then I got good at medical and all this shit. And then Squadron would come out, and I would be able to do the game really well because the mechanics are universal. I'm convinced now that even if you are the best at Squadron, the flight model in PU will be maybe similar the day that Squadron releases, but then
it'll be different. Yeah,
more splines, 10 splines. That'd be awesome.
100%.
They're gonna make it so that I can see your spline as you're coming in. I can see your spline and this spline, and
no thanks.
Hover everywhere.
Oh my. Okay,
goodness. So the live stream. We've already talked about the live stream. We got a ton of bad views.
Yeah,
I think Moist Critical. A lot of people are like, well, he has no idea what he's talking about. He was reporting on what he saw. So I think it's unfair to say that he doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't just distill it down to that. It's like he's a hater. He actually isn't. He has nothing in the game. And he was, obviously he's a content creator who wants to generate views. He generated a lot.
Yeah, he kind of threw that in the mainstream Discord.
A lot of people were complaining or saying, giving Jared an out, saying, he's like 2 days away from getting married and he was having a bad day. And then I could counteract and say, well, why would you even go to work if you're having a shitty day? Just stay the fuck away. Just don't even be there. And then the other one was, Ollie should have not been one of the 4 people playing because it's difficult to do both. I mean, you do it all the time, but you wouldn't do it for 2,000 people for the company.
Not like that. Not in that setting. And,
right.
And Ollie does it too. He used to.
Right. So again, mistakes were made.
Yep.
And then of course, yesterday they released a scripted piece of content that should have been, I would have preferred them to wait a week, not have a live stream where they just crap and then release the thing that they did.
Yeah.
I think it would have been, again, this is all coulda, woulda, shoulda. So, people were asking Jared because he was unprofessional to leave or retire. I think that everyone has learned what they were supposed to do. I'm sure they've had many, many meetings about it. Did you get a chance? Obviously, you watched the live stream. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the whole thing at the time, but I did watch most of it.
Yeah.
And my feedback is probably not going to be anything different than most people.
It's rough.
I actually think the worst part of it wasn't the gameplay because we're all used to.
We're expecting it.
We're expecting that stuff.
If you were there thinking that the gameplay was going to be good because you were told by Jared that it was going to be good, then you'd be like, "This is laughable."
It is disappointing that he started the stream saying this is the state.
He could have said nothing.
He could have said nothing and just said, "This is where we're at."
Yep.
And we want to show you where we're at. And
fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live. That's, and that's fine. And I think everybody would have appreciated that. I honestly think that what really caught the headlines is
the last thing he said.
The last thing he said and how it was handled with.
It's your show. Finish it.
It's hey Ollie, it's your show. Wrap it up or something like that.
It would have been my show if it worked well.
Yeah,
this is what I got.
Yes,
is that it would have been? I would have done the outro if it worked well, but it's a piece of shit, so we're going to let you do the outro.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it felt like. And
and you could see, like, he's just like, what do I do? Like, hey, guys, are we done?
And whether that was the intention or not doesn't really matter because that's how it's perceived.
Materialized into that.
That's how it materialized. So, like, I think that just kind of gives you a little bit of an insight in the culture in that. And sure, you can say he was having a bad day and all that, but at the end of the day, he's been doing this for a very long time. He's professional.
He should know better.
You should know better.
You said the inside part out.
Yeah, you let the inside part out, and everybody's allowed to have a bad day. Everybody's allowed to.
Yeah.
But this is a public setting. It's
Not
a public
there.
forum. You're representing a company.
I would say that if it was any other company, he'd be fired for that.
Yes, probably.
And I'm not saying that they should fire him because we love Jared, but you're a member of the company, like as a piece of staff, you should never have a negative effect to that level. You shouldn't be able to screw it anyways.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I would never throw my team under the bus like that either.
No.
Like, I mean, sure.
Even if it was
maybe
funny.
it was a shitty idea.
Even if it was funny.
Yeah.
No.
If it was a bad idea, actually, you're right. Even if it was funny or a joke or anything like that. It wasn't meant to
be funny, or it wasn't taken as funny.
Yeah, it wasn't taken as funny even if it was meant,
No.
We don't know how it was meant.
And Ollie's reaction proves that he wasn't having fun.
No. I do feel for Ollie on that because it was his first time in a...
Yeah. And this new show is good.
Yeah, is it?
Super good. Yeah. Like when you watch it.
I haven't seen it. So this just literally came out yesterday. And I unfortunately haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm going to after. So I'm excited to see that. But I think the hate that was sent towards Ollie and the staff is a little too much.
Yeah.
But also CIG keeps making these kind of mistakes where they open themselves up to this.
You have to be accountable though.
Yeah.
Like there's always two sides, right?
Yeah.
Like it's,
100%.
and again, I'm sure that they've already talked about it and it's probably already have new guidelines and what not to say.
What do you feel about people saying, well, why haven't they addressed this yet?
So why didn't Chris come out and talk about it? That's easy. That's so fucking stupid and it's so easy. Is that he won't fix it by talking. For the same reason that I said, he's visible so infrequently that it would just be taken negatively by the people that think positively, and it would just be more ammo for moist criticals. Like, oh, we got a new video to talk about, and look at this, the game developer trying to smooth everything over. So I am conflicted because I want to see more 10 for the chair and these types of content. I fully understand why they're not done. because it's just ammo and fuel for the fire at this time. But the problem, like we talked about last week with Q, is even if it is fuel for the fire, it's what the community who backed the game need. Need is a strong word. I would like to, if once a month he came out with like a 10 for the chair where you can go into Spectrum and ask questions, even if it was curated. I don't care, if someone went and banned everyone. Knight Rider.
I don't go on Spectrum anymore. You used to have that segment. You did, was it Tuesday?
Yeah, my
Community Tuesdays
community.
or something?
Community concerns.
Community concerns. That's
I went in there just dumpster diving, and it was funny. I sometimes, on an aside, I often wonder if anyone has taken their game name and made it Knight Rider CIG. They would probably get banned
instantly
in the PU.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think you can do CIG anymore.
Can you imagine though? You'd take off, you'd be blowed up. You take off, you'd be blowed up.
You're not even banned. It just blows you up every time. You can't leave.
The one name. It's that one
Hotel
name.
CIG.
I'll go spend $40. I'll test. I'll see if I could do it. I'll go buy a ship that could have the name on the side of it.
Oh man. Oh, that's good.
I think we come to the end. Honestly, the other comments or questions I was going to have are having to do with the screening room. Is
them spending money on stuff.
So one guy said it this way: is like CIG's pretending to be Blizzard.
They're not Blizzard yet.
Well, they're trying to be.
Yeah, they're trying to be.
That was the point. And it's the same thing as the door. Remember the door, the Connie doors that were at Santa Monica?
Yeah, I do,
Everyone gave them shit for spending the money on that. It's like, oh, that's like $100,000 on whatever. I'm like, but it was donated and it didn't cost anything. This is different. This is obviously commissioned. Obviously, I would have preferred 100%. I would have liked them if they had crowdfunded it or said, we're going to use the subscription money, not the game money, to build the thing. And I think that, again, but it does, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Is it excessive? It's pretty nice. It's nicer than my theater,
My thoughts on this is it's weird because like they're building these things in their office.
Yeah.
You want to attract top talent to come work for you.
Right.
So what are the perks and things you're going to have for your staff?
Right.
But on the other side, this is backer money. This is not investor money. This is, we're still sending you money to
It'd be nice if they came back and said, we had a personal donation from a person who said, we'd like to
do this for you.
And we gave him shares in Squadron 42.
Now, if Squadron 42 was launched and they made $2 billion, then fucking buy whatever you want.
Right. No one would care.
Yeah. Buy whatever you want.
It's weird.
So it's conflicting because yes, you want to attract top talent. You don't want them to just work in an ugly gray government cubicle looking thing, right? So you want these perks and stuff like that. But I think there's a responsible way to do it with your money, and especially the money of your backers. And I don't know if they're necessarily quite disciplined on that aspect.
When you go see it,
yes,
I want you to lie down on the carpet,
roll
around, and tell me if it's super soft and something that you could sleep on. Because if it's that level of, because it also, like from an acoustic perspective, that would be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, it would tell me the level of luxury. If it felt like cardboard or cement, then that's acceptable. But if it feels opulent, then I'll be upset.
If it's anything like my office where I work, government, it smells like mold.
Yeah.
Or if
it's mustard colored. Come this way a little bit.
Yes.
Just because of that.
Oh, am I drifting?
A little bit. It's okay. Well, we're coming to the end anyways. I will tell you this one thing though. I have, because it's a heated floor. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm working on something and the cats are here, I'll just lie down on the floor. This is cement.
Yeah.
Feels good. So opulent carpet, even better. Okay, so
do you have any other questions or anything?
No, but we're coming to the end of the stream. I will say though that at the end of the YouTube video, I propose or plan to have some video of him using the simulator a little bit. So that's, you'll see that. And again, thanks for coming. It's always good to get someone's perspective outside perspective on a thing. I definitely have my opinions, and I think most of my community, ironically, doesn't know or share my opinion because I usually do a very opinionless set of content.
Yep.
And then that community concerns thing that I was doing, I was picking up different people and losing people, but also picking up people. But as we said, I'm the content creator, and I would like to think that I can choose what I make. And again, it's if you leave because I'm not making the content that you want from me, when you see that I'm making what you want, choose to come back. Yeah, that's all. It's fine. Everyone's there. So again, thanks. I don't know if you want to end your stream.
I don't know if you want to do an outro for your video or not, but I think we should maybe chat for a little bit just to see if there's a lot of discussion in there, and if anybody wants to ask questions or anything, maybe we can spend a few minutes.
So those of you that are watching the video, the YouTube video, this is the weird part where you're going to be like, oh, where can I talk in chat? You have to be live.
Sorry.
Nothing. Nothing from chat.
Nothing from chat. All right.
Just banana bread.
Just banana bread. You talked about the crap crafting. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been paying too much attention to chat except Casket. I saw that word. I was like, yeah, that's the one. What are you showing, chat?
The camera's pretty good.
Oh, that's the pass.
There's Benoit. Oh, Ben was hard to read. He's on there.
Right on.
Good banana bread. And it's definitely raining.
Whose signature? Benoit, yeah. Raining?
Oh my God, yeah.
It was thundering badly, huh?
Yeah. Thank you, my radar, for letting me know. I saw it pop up on your tablet.
Yeah, I have it there, yeah. My radar's awesome. That's everywhere. As long as we don't get a tornado.
Again.
We have a tornado shelter here?
We're technically in one.
Yeah, okay, good.
I think so.
Yeah.
Have you seen the way this was built?
Yes,
it's pretty
over. Yeah, I guess it's pretty strong.
Yeah, they did 2x8s, and there's 4x4 up there as well. I was just like, what are you Muppets doing? Right? Was there a sale on really weird wood? You just don't care? You know, like, finally we have no budget, so we're just going to build a movie theater on the top floor of CIG?
Oh, my goodness. Is noobifier going to the Squadron 42 event?
Not invited.
You guys think that SitCon is ever going to be a physical thing again? Yes, I think so. I think the last one really did in Jared and the staff.
So I have an opinion on that. I think they're going to have the thing that they're doing. I believe they're going to do the thing that they're doing this year. I think that they're going to have a SitCon which focuses on the release of Squadron 42 in 2028.
28?
Yeah. They're going to get Henry Cavill there in his Witcher suit. They're going to dust off Mark Hamill. They're going to get Scully out there. They're going to get all these people, and they'll have a launch.
Do we have enough money to pay for them right now?
They'll do it for free.
Yeah, do you think
they'll feel bad. They'll feel bad.
So.
They'll be like, nope.
Oh my God.
They'll just want to sit in the movie theater. Anyways, that was cynical. But the 2028 thing is, I think that sucks, right?
I think it's gonna be early 2027.
He checks his watch.
Early 2027.
Checks his watch, ladies and gentlemen. He's like, CIG is gonna release, no problem.
Yeah.
To be fair,
will Squadron 42 sustain the community since release? Even if it is 20 hours or whatever, will it actually provide confidence again to SC?
It's gonna help.
Yeah,
it'll help, but
if it's successful.
So where that question is twofold, though. The game has to release clean, have a desired effect, and then they immediately have to make progress towards 1.0. If they, pardon my French, if they fuck the dog and don't get the job done, there's still lack of transparency and lack of development, and the servers still suck, then it will not help anything. They will just get the money from Squadron 42, and they will fail to capitalize on the momentum that it can generate.
Yep.
So
100% agree. It'll be a capital injection. I don't know how much it's going to help. They already
don't
so much
they
money.
don't own it. They theoretically don't have liability like Rockstar, who has, let's say, $2 billion invested in the game. They need to make bank. CIG doesn't need to make bank. It's PP, pure profit, because the bank has been supported by us. So it's an interesting economy, which is why, like Q was saying last week, it's like, oh, they only need to make 500 million. I'm like, if they make 500 million, that's PP. That's pure profit.
I don't think it's going to happen at that level.
No, I think they make 100 million. because, as you said, Squadron 42 has already been paid for. And if you have over $1,000 in the game, you get it for free. So I'm not going to go buy another one. Stupid. So stupid.
I ain't buying another one.
No.
Opinion on Squadron 42 releases badly versus the push-off release yet again with the consequences to VR. Opinion of if Squadron 42 releases badly versus if they push off release yet again. Oh, so
there's two ways that it can release badly. It can release poorly, like Cyberpunk did, and erode community, or it can release and not resonate with the community for the same reasons that I spoke about before, because it's not an enjoyable game. It's a good movie, but it's a bad game. Those are the two ways that it could release badly. Go.
I mean, I agree. So if, I don't know, if it's not ready, they shouldn't release it. But again,
how can it not be ready?
How can it not be ready?
Xylo played it in 2014.
He did. He certainly did. We had vertical slices. Like, how many of those did we had? 2 or 3? So it has to be ready. So if it's not ready and they push it off again, there better be a damn well good reason.
Is it going to take 15 years to make Squadron 43?
We'll be playing this. I'll be playing this when I'm in the retirement home.
Squadron 69?
They should just go full meme at that point.
It's on an island.
Squadron 49.
Nice.
That's just the tagline. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the 69 bits, Chase.
Perfect.
How
topical.
Do you think they're going to scrap the merchantman, and to what degree? I don't have an opinion on that.
They better not scrap. You want to get people pissed off. Barely the fact that it took them 10 years to release a Carrack. And then the funny thing is, like, I don't see very many Carracks flying around. You know, like, everyone's like, oh, release a Carrack. It's like, we get the Carrack, and now we're off doing other stuff.
All the Carrack owners have them Perseus or Idris.
Doing something else. Because they
released the next best thing.
They released a better Carrack.
Yeah, 100%.
So, again, Merchantman is a weird one because it's one of the original concepts, and we've seen it so many times, and then it stopped. And I understand why it stopped. It's not critical for anything.
There's no gameplay attached to it. The gameplay it's supposed to have
shopping center
is not really there.
Battle mall.
Yeah.
It's a battle mall.
Yeah, it's a battle mall.
And it needs modularity, which we still don't have. Modularity? You know, there's so many ships that
Is that where I can go into the store and pay more money to have something put on my ship?
Wow. True story. Never ending story. So yeah, I think it would be really funny if they just gave everyone their money back. They just deleted the BMM and said, oops, and they just gave you your money back.
So many people have upgraded from that.
Yep.
Honestly.
They'll get your $200 back because that's what it cost when it was new. $250, I think.
Yep. When I joined, it was about, when I started playing, it was about $300.
I still have mine.
Okay, let's see.
Why?
Anything else in here, chat?
Why?
Sounds like a very powerful band. Honestly, it's not bad.